What's up, guys? Today I'm gonna show y'all how I edit. So it's gonna be Cairo's second tutorial. My first one's in my Discord. This will be my first tutorial on YouTube. So yeah, so first off, I like to start with beats. The most important thing like you're ever gonna be doing in editing is like getting stuff on beat. It makes it flow so much better. And so I'm gonna explain it while I do it. So pretty much what you want to look for is literally the first frame of like when a graph hits like this. That's like when you want to do it, like when it hits a beat. So then we'll do like another for example. So then this is like the next one. So you just want to listen like super carefully, like the next one will be like here. So you're just looking like and trying to be super precise. So like when you like kind of watch it over, try to make sure it aligns with like your marker. And then this other marker will be like explained a little later. This is gonna go with the white flash background that I do. So like right there. About like right there. And it doesn't have to be perfect. If you get it within a few frames, it sounds completely fine. And so pretty much this is like kind of, I'm just going to be doing this all the way till the end. And when I'm all done, I'll be right back and do this. And then I'll show you guys the next step. Alright guys, I'm back. So pretty much I got all the markers. So now you want to get your clip. I'm probably going to start with this clip right here. Alright, so this would probably be good. It wasn't as complex as I thought. But pretty much what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start with a white flash. So what I mean by that is, let me just put this one to the side. I'm going to remove BG, except I'm doing custom because I don't want her to get in the way. I've experimented with this clip a good amount of times. Sometimes if it doesn't work on the first frame, you have to go one frame to the side and then go one frame in and then do it. And then it'll work. No idea why that's the case, but that's just the case. And then we'll kind of just get her little shoe out the way. Alright, so then pretty much all I do, so now it'll be like he's in front, so there's two of them obviously. So now all I do is I go to effects, white flash, put this, just put up to 100, and then it'll look something like this. Alright, so then that's just the start. So then next we got to get another clip. Might do like two maybe. And then this is where he hits the screen, so that's where we want it to hit the beat. And then do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, actually that worked out great. So pretty much for this part though, it's just gonna be another remove BG, or if you have CapCut Pro, you could just let this auto removal do it for you. It's not always perfect, but yeah, see, so sometimes it won't get anything, and that's just the unfortunateness. So then it'll kind of look like something like this now. So just again, very simple. Also, I like to just put a white flash in the beginning, so like we'll do like first 3 frames, 100, like that. And then next, let's remove BG again. And then obviously it doesn't always work great, so we'll just draw on the rest. Okay, so then next, what I like to do is I like to get like my little comic strip background, and you can get this in my pack, and also in my link in my bio. So then we'll kind of just like make the speed so both of these fit. So then it'll look like. And And then also what I've been doing recently as well, so I'll put these together. Alt G, by the way, makes your compound clip. If you guys were wondering how to put them together and how I did before, it's Alt G on the keyboard. So pretty much for this, what I've been doing recently, well, what I normally do actually, so put first 2 frames. When it's a character, I do first 2 frames. When it's like I split a clip, first 2 frames. And then make sure it's 100. And we'll do it for him as well, just to make it more like cinematic, more like a shake. And then I always use zoom shake. I really don't use any other transition except for zoom shake. So then we'll put them for both. Okay. And then also for effect we'll do radial blur. So now I use this one. So I put like the strength about like 75, about like size about like 50, glow 20, filter 20, and then kind of mess with it from there. So like maybe if I don't like it fully, like if I want to move it like to the side or something, I could do that. If I want to move it like kind of like that, just, you know, just mess around with it a little bit, kind of make it behind the character. So then that's it so far. Nothing too hard yet. But then also it's just kind of like rinse and repeat from there. So then we'll get our next clip. We'll do it like kind of like this, yeah, and then we'll put this over top. Right? Yeah. So then we'll cut it there, and so we'll mask. I like to use this one for just like pretty much all of them. But if there's another one, I just do that, and then I drag it to there. So then it's kind of like this. And then we'll copy this on top, and then I'll just drag that one frame, because remember, sometimes the remove PG doesn't like to work with you, and so just kind of like mess with it like kind of like that. Also, what you want to do, always do your zoom shakes, 2 frames, like this, effects, and then we'll do it for this as well. 1, 2, 3. So this is how it's like looking so far. Alright, so then we'll get our next clip, and then we'll like kind of speed it up a little bit. So then for this one, we'll do another zoom shake. Then we're just going to copy this clip. You don't need the white flash again. But just put it for like this part right here. So then we're gonna do like another remove PG and then the white flash again. So then we'll add the white flash from here to here, 100. Cut out the little moon here. Just kind of drag it so it's like with the moon. So we're going to use these 2 clips next. Okay. And that actually works perfect. Kind of like really like the same thing from before. So this time it'll be like remove PG over. Alright, and then we'll do the white flash, like always. Alright, and so we're pretty much almost halfway done actually. So, alright, then we'll get our next clip. But same thing as before, just the mask. So I was watching it back, and I think I wanna do like a little effect thing for this as well. So pretty much I'm gonna drag this one out, zoom shake onto, but then I'm also gonna remove BG it. Alright, so then this is kind of how it looks. I only need a few more clips and then we're done already, I know. But then we still have to add text and stuff. And then that takes a little bit, so. Alright, so then we go to our next clip. Actually, we may not even use this clip, and you guys will see why. Because then we're going to get our clip and loop it. And then we'll do this. Delete the rest of the clips because we don't need them. Yeah, it like is like a perfect loop, so it just never ends. So then that's pretty much that. Let me just Alt G to put it together, remember guys? And then we're gonna do this white flash, but then we're gonna mask it, put it up here actually. All I did was, I just removed PG, but I just kept it for the whole thing. I added back the comics overlay thing that you can get in my pack in my link in my bio. Then I did the white flashes, and then all in the same thing. Then I added the mask also. So we're just gonna get a zoom shake, and then that's pretty much all of it for clips. So I'm gonna watch it through one more time to make sure I didn't make any mistakes, and then we're gonna move on to text. Alright guys, we back. So now we gotta do text, which is arguably low-key the most important thing. So pretty much the way I do text, it's kind of bad because like you can like manually do it yourself, so it'd be taking a long time, but I hear it and then I kind of do it the same thing as like the beats as for like the lyrics, so like you'll see. So like I put it like that because like I hear them saying like a word and then I put a beat for it, so so pretty much kind of like that, literally marking every single time they say a word in the marker and then syncing it all up like that. So when I do all that, I'll be back again. Alright, so when you're done with that, then you drag over something from auto captions, and if it doesn't generate, what I do if it doesn't generate is I get something that I know for sure will generate. So I just get like something that definitely has captions in it, and then I do generate it. Alright, and then pretty much I drag it over and then just keep duplicating it. So like now that you have that, you could like just delete this. You only need one, and then just drag it over, and then you'll see, and then you have it. Because you need it to be a caption, you can't let it be a lyric, you have to have it to be a caption for the animation I'll put on it. So animation, caption, and then it's caption, and it's called single line. But first, the font I use is Vogue. I drag it up so it's in the middle. I scale it so it's 500%, and I make sure it's uppercase. cut it every single beat, so then it lines up. And so this first one is just I. Make sure cast lock is on, and then go to animation, same one, and then that's pretty much it. So then you just keep on. So then you could just delete this honestly if you want, or just keep cutting it like that, and do like that. And then you could also just put that, so you don't have to keep on doing it over and over, but and then just put the word like kind of like that. And then also for this, so when I kind of like split it up, I kind of put like this little like dash on the side, because sometimes they don't say the full word like fully. And copy paste that, and then put the rest of the word so it's kind of like, so then it actually goes properly with it. Alright, so we're back and we got pretty far so far. This is kind of like what it looks like with the text so far. So then this part, Alt G, drag it underneath so it's underneath. Go in there. You can't scale it anymore, so just play with the font a little bit. And then for this, you want, it's called font wheel. And you want it like super big, pretty much. You want it to like have like this, cover like the whole screen. And then for effects, you want glow 2 on it, just to give it like a little pop. And then just drag it up to like, I like to do like around like 70-ish. So it kind of, and then if you also want it a little faster, you could drag it like to this. Try like about like 0.3 is probably fine. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, sometimes the text doesn't stay for the full time, so you just have to copy paste it. So just make sure the text doesn't like disappear on you, because for some of them, like for right here, like sometimes I drag it out, but there's no text there anymore, so you just copy paste it with the same thing, and it's just the same thing. So it's like nothing happened, you're just adding it to make sure it's still there. Alright, so this is how it looks to start, and I'm gonna play it full one time, and then I'll show you guys what I do after, and how I do my watermark. Okay, so then next what I do is I get my filter, just a little 4K filter, just to get the quality even a little better. And then I get my watermark, I drag it right underneath. It's just like a little like pre-made one. If you get my pack in my bio, I fully explain how to make everything first. So you want to make it longer, so you just put the speed super high. It doesn't matter because it's a still image, so the speed has no effect. Then just Alt G, and then just as I showed before, put it on 50, just put it in a little corner right here, and then it overlays pretty nicely. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is my first ever video, I guess tutorial that I'm posting on YouTube, so I hope you guys made it to the end. I helped a lot of you guys out. Also, if you want to know my export settings, they're in my pack. So other than that, I love all you guys, and just stay tuned for the next one. Peace.